Ampere's law.
Before we proceed to Ampere's law, we have to recall what we had done in the previous standards. If a distribution of charge is given, the electric field can be obtained by using the inverse square law. If the distribution of charges is planar or has some spherical or cylindrical symmetry, then Gauss law can be used to find the net electric field. What if the distribution of current has some symmetry? See, I am not talking about charges over here. I am talking about distribution of current has some symmetry. Then we use Ampere's law. This point which I am talking now, distribution of current has some symmetry, will be clarified within few minutes in this lecture. Here one thing you have to remember, that in electrostatics we use Coulomb's law, and with the help of that we study Gauss law. Means, can we say the Gauss law is an improved version of Coulomb's law? If you analogous this electrostatic concept with the magnetostatics, that which we are going to study now, that is, here Ampere's law can be derived with the help of Biot-Savart's law. Means, can we say Ampere's law is an improved version of Biot-Savart's law? This is the thing you have to remember as an analogy. Means, you can say in other words, the Biot-Savart's law plays a role in magnetostatics that Coulomb's law plays in electrostatics. In other way, you can say the role of Gauss law plays in electrostatics is similar that the role played by Ampere's law in magnetostatics. When a magnetic field intensity is developed within this conductor, that is current carrying conductor, you can see over here. So, where the magnetic field intensity is developed, it is within the conductor. Now what will happen? The moment this magnetic field comes out, then we say that magnetic field is developed around the current carrying conductor. But the question arises, how much magnetic field comes out of this current carrying conductor? Means, magnetic field is developed within the conductor due to this current. But what if it comes out? Then we say that magnetic field is developed around this current carrying conductor. The question arises, how much magnetic field comes out of this current carrying conductor? The answer is, how much that space allow in which you have kept this conductor. There is a characteristic of the medium mu naught. You have to consider mu naught, that is called the permeability of the space, which allow the magnetic field comes out partially. Means, it minimizes the magnetic field developed in the conductor and brings it out in a small manner. Why we use naught over here? Because we have considered free space for this practical. The value of mu naught is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. As we move away from this conductor, the strength of magnetic field goes on decreasing. For example, if you consider the loop, imaginary magnetic field, you consider near to this conductor, have a greater strength compared to the magnetic field at this loop. For example, the magnetic field whatever developed in this conductor came out as a 50, say something 50. The magnetic field which came out, it is 50. Then you can say that it is 50 is distributed along this length, along the length of this loop. That is, here to here it is 10, 20, 30, 40 and then it is 50. What happened? This 50 is distributed along with this loop. It will be in terms of 2, 2, 2 and goes on 25 times. then it makes 50. Means the magnetic field per unit length of this loop decreased compared to this loop. So can we conclude the magnetic field, the intensity, the strength of the magnetic field goes on decreasing however you move away from this conductor. If you consider intensity of magnetic field that you call B can be stated as the total magnetic field divided by total length. Means you can solve this one as B total is equals to B into total length. Means the magnetic field at total length overall. So can I write this one as a B into total length if I consider this only this much portion as a dl over here. So can I take this one as total length can be taken as a dl several times, and since we have considered here loop which is closed, so can I take here closed loop? So this is known as line integral. What the symbol is indicated here? It is a line integral of dl. What is the total magnetic field developed within the conductor? That is mu naught times of that total current passing through that conductor. So this is nothing but it is called as Ampere's law. Now how to state Ampere's law over here? So it states that the line integral of magnetic field, see here it is a line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop. See, he can put like this 0 over the integral, and you can write C also over here. So it is a line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop is equals to mu naught times of the current enclosed. As you see, there are several loops with developed because of this current carrying conductor. So any one loop can be considered as a reference loop. So if you consider any loop as a reference loop, so this loop can be called as Amperian loop. So what will happen if there are several currents? If you consider current I1 over here, and current I2 over here, and current I3 over here, and one of the current I will take as a I4 over here. Now if you use curled palm right hand rule, curl the right hand, see if this is the direction of the current, that is anti-clockwise we are considering. If you curl the right hand palm along the Amperian loop, so this loop we consider as the Amperian loop, with fingers in the direction of integration, then a current is in the direction of stretched thumb. If I curl my fingers along the Amperian loop, then the direction of current is decided by the thumb. The thumb is coming out of the screen or out of the page, you can say. So I have taken current I1 and I2 as they are coming out of the paper. If you see a dot and circle, we are already familiar with this sign conventions. If it is a dot and circle, it is coming out of the page or out of the screen, and if it is a cross and circle, it is a moving inward. So if you see, I1 and I2 are coming out of the paper and I3 is going into the plane of the paper. So you are going to learn a new sign convention over here. As I1 and I2 are coming out of the paper, so take it as positive, and I3 is going into the plane of the paper, thus it is considered as negative, and I4 is not within the Ampere loop, so it will not be considered. So I4 plays no role in this Amperian loop. So, can I consider this Amperian equation as integration of B dl as it is said? If you see, both are in the vector form with a dot product. So, can I write this one as a B d? Can I write this one as a, no need of vector now, B dl? Since it is a dot product, can I take a cos theta over here? This become RHS compared to this expression. Now what will be the LHS now? It is a mu naught times of I. So can I write this one as a mu naught times of I? As I told you how to remember the sign convention, I1 and I2 are coming out of the paper, so they are taken as a positive. And since I3 is going into the plane of the paper, so can I take it as a negative? So this will give the total intensity of that current. Consider a long straight wire carrying a current I over here. So if I consider a small length dl over here, if it is considered small length dl over here, remember whenever I am talking about a dl, it is not the small length element of any conductor. In Ampere's law, the dl is nothing but it is a small length of this Amperian loop. So what will happen if I consider this dl in this manner? Then the direction of this current length element, that is IDL, is in this direction. And if you apply the rule, then magnetic field also in this direction. So can I consider the theta between B and dl is 0 since they are overlapped? So if I take a B dot dl, it become a B dl cos theta since it is a dot product. And here theta is 0, so cos 0 become 1. So what will be the expression reduced to? B dl. So if you consider from here the distance r, and here the theta is very small, so I take it as a d theta. As you are familiar with the length of arc, so we have studied in a 10th standard, if this is the theta over here and this is S and the radius you consider R, so can we write this one as a S equals to R theta over here? So can I modify this equation for this? So S is what here? S is dl and R and theta is nothing but d theta over here. So can I modify this equation as B? dl can be substituted as a R d theta. Have you understood? So the field B at a distance r from the wire is given by. So by Biot-Savart's law, if you consider, if this is the current carrying conductor, magnetic field at the point P if you want to determine, which is at the distance r, then what you have studied over here in Biot-Savart's law, we have found that it is a B is equals to mu naught I divided by 2 pi and the distance between that current carrying conductor and the point P. So if I combine all these things, as you see, what is Amperian law states that it is a B line integral of dl is equals to mu naught times of I. So if I consider this RHS, the RHS of this equation, so can I write integration of B dot dl, that is around the closed Amperian loop, can be written as integration of, since it is a circular, the loop, Amperian loop is circular, the theta lies between 0 to 2 pi. So the 0 to 2 pi, it is a B dot dl can be written as BR d theta over here. And what is the value of B from this Biot-Savart law is that mu naught I divided by 2 pi, since it was a capital R over here, but here we considered the small r, so we can take a small r over here, and what you left with? R d theta. Here R get cancelled, and what will left with? Mu naught I by 2 pi, which is constant, throw out of the integral. So you left with 0 to 2 pi d theta. As you are familiar with this, so it is can be written as mu naught I by 2 pi. D theta can be taken as theta 0 to 2 pi over here. So if you solve this, it is a line integral of b dl is equals to mu naught I divided by 2 pi, and theta upper limit minus lower limit, it is a 2 pi minus 0. So if you solve this, it is a mu naught I divided by 2 pi into 2 pi. 2 pi get cancelled, you left with mu naught I. So this is called Ampere law, or you can say Ampere's circuital law.